When the police department tried to take down Picasso, a homicidal killer, things went wrong and out of control. We are introduced to Detective Alex Cross as he is in the middle of a high-stakes chase. He is joined by his two companions, Tommy and Monica. The three of them are in relentless pursuit of a criminal who is trying to escape on foot. The chase is frantic, but Alex is determined, and he eventually catches up to the man. After a struggle, Alex overpowers him and places him under arrest. With their work done, the three detectives leave the scene. We then get to learn more about the man behind the badge. Alex's background as a psychiatrist has given him a special edge in his work. His deep interest in medicine and the human psyche has made him a truly exceptional detective, allowing him to understand criminals in a way others cannot. This compassionate side of him is on display when he visits a jail to see a young prisoner named Pop Pop. Pop Pop is still just a girl, and Alex's mission is to help her see a path toward a better life. Whenever he finds a moment of free time, he makes it a point to visit her, sitting down to play chess and talk. He patiently tries to make her understand that her life is not beyond saving and that she still has time to turn things around. Later, we see Alex return home to his family. His wife, Maria, is there, and their house is filled with the warmth of a loving family, including their son, their daughter, and his mother. Alex is a dedicated family man who values his time with his loved ones more than anything. Today, he is playing with his son when Maria calls him aside into another room. She has a secret smile on her face as she tells him, "I have some good news for you." With great anticipation, she shows him a report. Alex's heart swells with immense joy as he discovers that Maria is pregnant again. The news of a new baby makes him incredibly happy. Meanwhile, on the other side of the city, a darker story is unfolding. We meet the killer, a terrifying figure known as Picasso. He stands near an old, dilapidated building, and his phone beeps with a new message. He checks it and sees that it's from a customer, confirming that the money has been deposited into his account and all the details for the hit have been sent. Picasso walks inside the building and finds a secret, underground fight club in full swing. His eyes scan the area until they land on a young woman named Fan Yao. He is not interested in her romantically, but sees her as a means to an end. To impress her, and to set his deadly trap, he approaches the organizer and announces that he wants to fight the winner of the current match. The organizer is taken aback, telling him that he won't be able to defeat either of the two fighters, as they are both extremely dangerous. But Picasso, unconcerned, simply pulls out a huge wad of cash and gives it to the man, who quickly agrees. A short time later, Picasso is in the ring. The fight begins, and it is immediately clear that Picasso's skills are on a completely different level. The other fighter has no chance against him. With brutal efficiency, Picasso defeats him and then, with a chilling lack of emotion, breaks his hand. Yao watches this display of raw power very carefully, and she is clearly impressed. She approaches Picasso and asks him out on a date. The two of them go to a hotel, and Yao takes him to her room. However, Picasso's true intentions are far from romantic. He slowly moves closer to her, and when the moment is right, he grabs her and injects a paralyzing drug into her throat. With Yao completely immobile, Picasso pulls a gun with a silencer from his shoe and kills her in cold blood. Back with Alex, his peaceful family evening is abruptly interrupted by a midnight phone call from the department. He is told about the murders. Alex leaves his home immediately, but he doesn't go alone. He makes a direct call to Tommy, who is with Monica. We see a startled Tommy get up and head downstairs to get into Alex's car. Once they are driving, Alex says to him, "Those with whom you work, they should never date." Tommy falls silent, understanding that Alex knows about his relationship with Monica, and a feeling of dread settles over him. Without wasting a moment, they arrive at the building where the murders took place. The scene is horrific, with bodies scattered everywhere. Picasso not only killed Yao, but he also murdered all of her bodyguards. When they enter the bedroom, Alex notices a particularly grim detail. The killer has cut off Yao's fingers. Alex meticulously searches the room and finds a sketch that the killer had left behind. After carefully examining it, Alex declares that the sketch is made in Picasso's distinctive style. He takes the drawing back to the police station, determined to analyze its meaning and understand the mind of this twisted killer. The investigation continues for a long time until they finally find a crucial clue. They deduce that the killer's next target is a businessman named Eric. They go to Eric's office and talk to his bodyguards, who are dismissive and overconfident. They assure Alex that Eric is perfectly safe and has no need for police protection. Alex tries to warn them of the potential danger, but the bodyguards, all former police officers, insist that they can handle any threat. Alex, feeling he has no choice but to trust them, reluctantly calms down. However, he and his partners then notice strange water leakages all over the building, which immediately raises his suspicions. The bodyguards, now also uneasy, agree to let Alex and his team go upstairs to question Eric. Meanwhile, Picasso is trying to sneak into the building through a ventilation pipe. Alex and his team reach Eric's office just as Picasso begins to kill the bodyguards one by one. Alex hears the sounds of the struggle and tells Tommy to stay put while he goes to confront the killer. As Alex cautiously makes his way to the second floor, Picasso is brutally eliminating anyone in his path. Alex finally reaches him and, in a sudden move, throws his gun at Picasso, disarming him. Instead of shooting, Alex orders him to put his guns down. Picasso appears to obey, slowly lowering his weapons, but he is always thinking one step ahead. He quickly pulls out a grenade and throws it at Alex. Frightened, Alex still manages to get off a shot before the grenade explodes, sending him flying. Tommy, hearing the shots and the explosion, rushes out and sees Picasso, firing at him. The bullet hits Picasso, but he is too driven to stop. He vanishes into a gutter and makes his escape. Back at the police station, Alex is filled with a burning need for answers. He looks at the files for Yao and Eric, and discovers they both worked for the same company. This discovery leads him to the company's owner, a powerful man named Giles Mercier. Alex believes Mercier is the killer's next target and, without a moment's hesitation, goes to him with his colleagues. Mercier is a very high-profile person, and they have to explain the seriousness of the matter to his secretary to get an audience. When Mercier finally comes to meet Alex and they shake hands, Alex feels something sticky on his hands. He then notices a very large, unique ring on Mercier's finger. When asked about it, Mercier proudly states that it was a special gift from the King of Cambodia. Mercier, understanding the gravity of the situation, takes Alex to another room to talk in private. Alex explains that a very dangerous killer has murdered 2 of his employees and that he believes Mercier is in danger. He asks Mercier to tell him who his enemies might be, but Mercier insists he has no enemies and that his security is too strong. Alex, knowing he can't get anything more from him, leaves. The scene then cuts to Monica arriving at her apartment, where Picasso is already waiting. At the same time, Alex is having a quiet dinner with Maria and tells her about a job offer from the FBI in Washington, D.C., which would come with a higher salary. Maria is delighted by the news, but their happy moment is shattered by a phone call from Monica's number. Alex answers, but it is Picasso's voice he hears. Picasso tells him he has sent him a picture. Alex opens the picture to a horrifying sight. Monica, brutally tortured and tied up. Picasso's voice on the phone is cold and cruel as he tells Alex that Monica will die soon, a slow and agonizing death. Alex looks across the street and sees the killer in a building opposite him. A deep, righteous fury takes hold of him. He screams at the killer, calling him a psychopath with a mental illness who enjoys killing people. He taunts Picasso, saying he must have started by killing animals as a child and has now become an animal himself. This enraged Picasso even further. We then see Picasso with a sniper rifle, and his target is not Alex but Maria. He fires and the bullet hits Maria. Alex watches in abject horror as his wife falls, dead. Alex, completely broken by the loss of his wife and Monica, goes to a church where he meets Tommy. They are both overcome with grief, their lives shattered. With nothing left to lose, they decide their only purpose is to find and kill Picasso. Alex returns home, and Picasso calls him, speaking with a cold arrogance. He tells Alex, "You are responsible for her death." He claims Alex triggered him by interfering with his work, and now he will ruin Alex's entire life in return. Alex, filled with a renewed, vengeful rage, tells him to live as long as he can because Alex will find him and kill him. Now driven by a single-minded need for revenge, Alex begins to prepare to hunt Picasso. His mother sees what he is doing and tries to stop him, warning him that this path only leads to destruction. Alex refuses to listen, saying that they must punish the killer to stop him from killing more innocent people. Alex and Tommy, now a team on a mission, meet up and arm themselves. They break into the police station and steal the gun that Pop used to kill a man, as it is the only evidence against her. They take the gun to Pop's father, offering to get his daughter released in exchange for information. They want to know about the paralyzing injection Picasso used on his victims, including Monica, and who in the city deals with it. Pop's father tells them about a man. Without a second thought, Alex and Tommy find the man and begin to torture him. The man eventually breaks but says he knows nothing about Picasso himself, only that Picasso comes to pick up deliveries. Alex, always thinking like a detective, notices cameras all around and demands to see the footage. After watching the videos, they finally see Picasso and his car. They quickly note the license plate number and begin searching the entire city for it. A few days later, they find the car and start to follow it. Meanwhile, Mercier is on his way to a meeting, and all the city's cars have been stopped for his security. Picasso's car gets caught in the traffic. He calmly gets out with his bags and boards a nearby train, where he takes control. 3 passengers see this and confront him, but Picasso simply pulls out his gun, kills 2 of them, and shoots the 3rd in the leg. On the other side of town, Alex contacts the security team, urgently warning them that Mercier and Eric are together and in danger, and they must be separated. But his warning comes too late. Picasso, inside the train, fires an RPG, causing a huge explosion that kills both Eric and Mercier. With his mission complete, Picasso gathers his weapons and kills the 3rd passenger before leaving the train as if nothing happened, unnoticed by the chaotic scene outside. He gets into his car and starts to drive away, but Alex intercepts him, ramming his car. The crash injures both Tommy and Picasso. Picasso manages to get out and runs into a parking lot, with Alex right behind him. Picasso runs into a building, and Alex follows, gun in hand, looking for him everywhere. Picasso is waiting, and as Alex turns a corner, he attacks his hand, knocking the gun to the floor. A fierce, brutal fight ensues between the 2 highly skilled men. Neither of them is willing to give up. The fight rages on, but eventually, Picasso gains the upper hand, beating Alex badly. As Picasso sees that Alex is too weak to move, he pulls out a paralyzing injection. But Alex, in a last desperate move, takes out a hidden knife and stabs him. Picasso falls, and both of them, due to their combined weight, crash through the roof below. Alex hangs on, holding the roof with Picasso holding on to his leg. With one final kick, Alex sends Picasso falling into a car below, where he dies. Alex's own grip starts to slip, but just before he falls, Tommy and the police arrive and pull him to safety. Everyone is relieved and happy that the killer is dead. They all believe the story is over and go back to their lives. But Alex is not done. He is still working on the case. We then see Mercier in Bali, still alive. He believes his secret is safe, but his phone rings, and he hears Alex's voice. Alex reveals, "I already knew that you were alive." Mercier is shocked and asks how. Alex explains that when he examined the dead body, he realized Mercier's special ring was missing. This made him suspicious, and he began to investigate, discovering that Mercier had stolen a lot of money from his clients. He faked his death and hired Picasso to kill Yao and Eric because he feared they would expose him. Alex coldly informs him that they won't let him get away with it. He tells Mercier that the Bali police are on their way and that he has planted 2 kilos of cocaine in his bag. The police arrive and arrest Mercier. Alex tells him that he will soon be killed, and that this is his punishment for the deaths of his wife, Maria, and Monica. Time passes and Mercier is killed. Alex accepts the FBI job and prepares to move to Washington, D.C. Tommy has also applied for a position with the FBI, wanting to continue working with Alex. The film ends with Alex returning home one last time to take his family to Washington. He and his mother share an emotional moment as they see each other. The video concludes with a message to the viewers to like, share, and subscribe to the channel.